What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We'll be back at it again with another video. Sorry for the view there. That's just how the video starts. We're looking at Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. IGN did not like it. So let's see if we like it based off what we've seen on here. I'm still going to buy the game. I'm still going to play it because it's made by Rocksteady. I trust them. They made the greatest Batman games of all time. That's like objective. You can't argue that at all. So let's see, man. Let's see why they didn't like this game.
Harley, no!
Worth it.
The best part of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League after playing it for a few hours is the story, and yes, it certainly seems like you will be killing characters you know and love.
Hey, your face always looks so... what?
Lots of death happening here. That's also a big part of the problem I have with the entire premise. I can't help but shake that there's no way Rocksteady is going to let any of this stick. Our heroes have done terrible things. There will be a time reversal mechanic or some alternate Earth timeline that comes along and washes away all of the terrible awfulness that happens during the story. From enslaving a child form of poison ivy to straight up watching your heroes murder people, there's a lot here to make you feel a bit uncomfortable about the journey you're being taken on.
Daphne's hungry.
Oh, I did it, okay?
This is some alternate shit, because was it Harley and Ivy around the same age? Am I bugging? Like, they got this child version of her? Is it like multiversal? Well, they said there would be some time traveling and things, so maybe they went to like another dimension and stole this Ivy and to help defeat the other Ivy. I don't know, because Ivy's down for Harley. Like, whatever Harley was trying to do, Ivy gonna be down to do it.
Bloody bomb in the head ages ago!
What?
And when you pair this disconnect with game mechanics straight out of the likes of Destiny, Anthem, or Marvel's Avengers...
You see, but they said everything was gonna be cosmetic though. But then I'm already seeing guns. I don't know.
Worried about the final product coming together in a way
like
that
as far as the battle, as far as the loot crates and the battle pass, they said it was just going to be purely cosmetic. Like all the weapons you get are going to be like in the game world.
The fun just wasn't there for me, at least not yet. Let me explain in more detail. The story has its fun moments, yes, and the team banter, at least during the cutscenes, is when Kill the Justice League is at its best.
Awesome.
Aw, he's so sweet. He's not gonna make it.
The cutscenes have clearly been given a lot of love. Meanwhile, the character models look great, the voice acting is on point, and there are a lot of moments where I genuinely laugh thinking this could be enough to carry me through the messy and tired open world missions. While they could reverse time to fix the morality issues at play, chances are that will be difficult given the planned expansions, story additions, and gear chases coming later in the form of free updates.
They got big plans.
That means we'll be stuck with the terrible things that transpire, and if the name sticks,
they got big plans for this game. Okay.
Stuck with a dead Justice League. At one point, the team puts a bomb in the head of Poison Ivy, who just happens to be a child. But hey, they punch Boomerang for putting a bomb in her head. So let's move on from that whole enslaving a child thing.
Aww. Bendito.
I get it's Poison Ivy and this is kind of Waller's thing, but I'm using it to illustrate a point. All of these things in one package feel...
She's in bad movies, bro. This lady right here, I think she'd make a great Waller. She has that look, that mean look, that mean, authoritative, experienced look. Like... I think she's going to play a great Waller. She might even win an award for that. Who knows? I don't know. I might be talking too soon. I might be talking too highly, but who knows? All I know is this is a great actress.
Waller's thing, but I'm using it to illustrate a point. All of these things in one package feels
if I'm not bugging, she was no, that wasn't her. I'm getting black women mixed up. She wasn't in Immortals of Avium. I'm bugging. My fault.
Odd mix. Rocksteady had a winning formula with the Batman games and is trying to write a completely new book, but so far, lightning is not in this bottle. A live service game from Rocksteady is not what I had on my wish list this year. The team is single-handedly responsible for making some of the best combat I have ever experienced. The Predator sections in
Like,
the
do
Arkham
y'all
series
know-
also allowed you to
Do y'all know how many games copied this formula after this came out? Like, that's so crazy. Like I don't think y'all understand the impact that the Arkham games had on gaming as a whole. Like, not just superhero games, like any type of action adventure game. Like, every game after it modeled itself or took a little piece of something or sprinkled a little bit of Arkham on top of it. Like, that's crazy. They need to do a remaster for next. If you're gonna remaster anything, if you go next gen anything, it gotta be those Arkham games, bro. I will buy that shit in a heartbeat, and I will stream every last game.
to tackle them with stealth or brute force, adding further flavor and variety to Bruce Wayne's vigilantism. To this day, in fact, you can find ridiculous takedown montages on YouTube and TikTok for Batman Arkham Knight. Unfortunately for Suicide Squad, once the fun story bits end, you're left with a much less inspired combat system, and an open world that's filled with tedious tasks that are more about grinding through traditional tropes like point defense or collect the material and turn it in. There are shining moments with the combat, such as the powerful feeling of takedowns, and there does seem to be some depth to the build variety, but you'll do it surrounded by teammates who won't shut up with their quips, which quickly becomes annoying.
Feels good to be an apex predator.
Chill, but
the thing with that,
Sometimes it's to the point.
but the thing with that is, if they said nothing, you'd also complain. If they said minimal things, oh, I'd like to hear more quippy one-liners, like you would say that. IGN is like infamous for doing shit like that. Like all of their reviews, I would know. I've reacted to hundreds of their videos.
That you'll get 2 to 3 lines of dialogue overlapping while you're just waiting for your crew at a checkpoint. And when the combat does start, it has its fun moments, but it also has weird issues like long animations to regen your shield, or you'll get knocked out of an animation for unclear reasons. I thought it was just me, but it also happens in this provided footage straight from WB. While we have this provided boss fight footage against the Flash to reference, I just want to mention that I found this fight incredibly annoying. There's no indication of where the Flash is most times, and he's the Scarlet Speedster, so he's just constantly zipping around the map. That didn't make the fight hard, it just made it frustrating. You get a handful of shots on him before he teleports to the next location, so you're just trying to—
Well, what do you expect? You expect him to stand there and let them shoot y'all? Like, see, this is the type of shit that I don't be understanding. What did you expect? I understand the difference of like actual difficulty and manufactured difficulty and bullshit difficulty. Like, speak more to that. Like, you just said, oh, he's the Flash, he's zipping around, I can't shoot him. Like, that's the point, bro. Get good.
To chase him down or catch him standing in one spot long enough to get hits in before he does it all again. I do wish there was a bit of a he's down, get him moment, but unfortunately it seems like that trope wasn't used here. Now, WB also sent over some footage of an experienced Shark player wrecking shop, so I'll include some footage of their gameplay in this video preview to show what it looks like when someone has played for hundreds of hours versus a couple of hours at a preview event.
Okay. Be going crazy.
In the open world, however, missions tend to favor many of the tired and true types, which makes them feel a bit like uninspired filler. Like, stop me if you've heard this one before, you defend a point from waves of enemies that spawn. Sound familiar? Now imagine every time you defeat a handful of these enemies, you just stand around waiting with nothing to do. This was exactly what happened during one of the core story missions, and the padding feels completely unnecessary. When the next quest started, I stood there while Amanda Waller called my character on comms and bantered with Poison Ivy before sending me back to the other end of the map to save citizens in a flying bus that looked like it's straight out of Fortnite.
I hate this Task Force X.
At least the
Fortnite
Riddler
bus,
puzzles are making a return from the Arkham games, bringing at least one familiar fun activity to Suicide Squad's Metropolis.
Within this city's fiscal stash, Lex Luthor sits upon your cash.
At least I hope
the
they're fun
riddles.
because I didn't actually get to solve any of them. The potential saving grace for all my gripes could be that the whole combat system comes together a lot better when you get to sit down and actually make a build, which we didn't have a chance to do right away at the preview event. For some context, we started playing through the same tutorial from the beta and picking a character, Deadshot in my case. After that, we jumped straight into Chapter 3 where I tried out Shark because the character I had been playing on was taken. What I didn't realize was that Chapter 3 gives you complete build control, and having played on a different class, it took me a bit of our session to get warmed up to the new movement mechanics Shark has compared to Deadshot. If we look back at that provided Flash gameplay, it looks like the player has a good grasp at movement, but it all comes back to similar core mechanics. Aim gun, shoot gun, and those core mechanics in a game like Destiny really save it. Here, it just feels samey across the board, even with each character's abilities sprinkled in. I didn't really get time to look at my gear stats and throw something together to try out, but I did try a build recommendation from Jack Hackett, production manager at Rocksteady, but again, I didn't really have enough time to get used to how it's supposed to flow together. However, his excitement about the build possibilities does continue to give me a glimmer of hope. To give you a taste of what you'll be looking at in terms of complexity, there are weapon afflictions that attach an elemental effect to weapons like Deep Freeze that does cold damage for a period of time. Penguin will let you craft new weapons, shield mods, traversal mods, or grenades. And there are some interesting guns here, like Bugs A-Poppin' that will not do damage to a Terminant, but will slow down every enemy within 10 meters. And there was this one slot machine grenade that was also pretty fun. Each character also has a skill tree they can upgrade, and all of that is on top of weapons and mods that work together to give you passive buffs when you pair, say, 2 gizmo gear pieces together to do more burning damage, but with the trade-off that grenades do 50% less damage, but have a 100% chance to burn all enemies. I know I've been really hard on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in this preview, and believe me, I really want to be wrong about it. Not only is Rocksteady one of my favorite developers, but this genre is one I've spent far too much time in across Destiny, Anthem, and yes, even Marvel's Avengers. But while there is a story here that makes me wonder where the heck it's all going, I left the preview even less optimistic than when I came in. Here's hoping Suicide Squad wins me back when it releases on February 2nd. Are you excited about Suicide Squad? Let me know why in the comments below. And for more on all things gaming, keep it right here at IGN.
Just checking. We're all seeing that thing, right?
Alright, yeah. Well, they said they didn't like it.
Full Sail University is...
It seemed like he did like the story and the gameplay to an extent, but and how the character models look, the graphics, but it just reminded him too much of games he's already played, like Destiny. But games like Destiny do this kind of thing better. I guess this is one of those games that would be more fun with friends, although any game is more fun when you're playing it with your friends. I hope it's not like on some Outsiders shit or Outriders shit where it's like it's designed for you to play with friends, because you'll get steamrolled at certain points if you don't have nobody playing with you. I'm more so interested in the story, so I think this is one of those games where I could stand to bear the gameplay if it gets monotonous, just to experience the story. Like, that's how it was with me for Alan Wake. Alan Wake 1, the first one, remastered. I hated the controls. The gameplay got repetitive after a while. The same enemy type, same gameplay loop. But what kept me going was that story. That story was so rich. So I think that's going to be one of those games too. Like one of those 6.5, 7 out of 10 type of games. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Did y'all like what y'all saw out of this footage? A combination of IGN's gameplay and the developer footage. Y'all let me know. So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.